Good morning. My name is Dan Valdivia, and I'm a licensed realtor in the state of Florida for 14 years. And this morning, I'm with Gentle Barnett.
Good morning.
Good morning, Gentle. Gentle, please tell us about open permits. When buyers put a contract, does the contract forces the seller to close any open permits? Is that an issue that you find a lot?
That is an issue. Since they did a revamp of the as-is contract a few years back, the buyer is supposed to find out regarding open permits during the inspection period.
Which is normally 10, 15 days, right?
That is correct.
Okay.
And we've had instances where a seller who had an attorney representing them in the transaction, they stated, well, you know what? In the contract, it called for the open permits to be closed during the inspection period.
And the 10 days are already up, right?
The 10 days are up. He said,
Oh,
this is not my issue. Luckily, we were able to get that. It wasn't a huge issue. It was involving a fence, and we were able to get that re-inspected prior to closing.
Right.
We had to do a slight extension, but we got the transaction closed. But many times, it can become assumable by that buyer.
And it could be a big thing, right?
And it could be a big
Such
thing.
as
because
windows,
right,
new roof.
Or they put an addition onto the property without a permit. So then therefore, you may get violations from the city as a result of failing to adhere to the city's guidelines for getting a permit, opening a permit, and having it properly inspected by one of the city inspectors.
So now the buyer has pretty much adopts that problem.
That is correct.
Becomes his problem.
Yes.
Right? Do lenders will lend you the money even though there is an open permit on that file?
There are a few lenders that may ask for the lien search.
Right.
And they'll basically state, okay, this permit needs to be closed, but that's very few lenders who ever do that. So, and as a title company, title insurance does not insure permits. So therefore, it's not the responsibility of the title company to close out open permits.
Wow.
And so then therefore, you need to make sure when you're purchasing a transaction that that the previous owner's permits, or even the owner prior to that those permits are closed.
And I run into situations where I was representing the seller, and the title company that was picked by the buyer, they called me and they told me, there is an open permit, your seller needs to close it. Even title companies sometimes misunderstand the contract, and they think that the sellers
Still
have to, but it's not. The contract doesn't call for that.
That is correct.
So it is important to know all these little things that could go wrong in a transaction.
Right.
But you just always use an attorney pretty much.
Yes, you should always use an attorney just to make sure that you don't have any headaches. Because again, these headaches will become your problem.
Wow. Thank you so much, Gentle.
Thank you, Daniel.
And in case you have any questions, our phone numbers are listed on the bottom.